session now. How to overcome the past bad memories. पिछली बुरी यादों से छुटकारा कैसे पाएं? The first thing we start with, it is not the people or the outside environment that is creative negative thinking. It is the copy of that event in our mind. You know, this is one of the things to understand. The people are not creating the negative environment. They have done something bad. Of course, they have done something is there outside bad, but the impression of that which is there in our mind is creating the negative situation. So let's how to get rid of that. So NLP technique to get rid of the past memories. Aye, we start with that. So come on. So let's start with the NLP technique to get rid of the past memories. You know, the memories that we are carrying is in three different forms are there. So there are either the visual memories or the audio memory, the visual memory, or the feelings. You know, the memories are of three types of memories are there, either the visual or audio or feeling level. So let's say you have lot of memories, lot of bad memories, which you really want to get rid of. So how many of you think that you have a lot of bad memories, which you really want to get rid of? It is there. Some past bad memories are there, which you really want to get rid of. Okay, perfectly fine. So, um, so now I will request you to first rate yourself, as in when you think about that memory, how much rating do you give to the suffering that you are getting for because of that remembering that memory? You know, when we go through that memory, what is the rating you would like to give in a scale of 1 to 10? How much suffering do you have? How much suffering? How many of you are having either 10 or 9 or 8 or something like that? Most of the people, if you are having like 8, 9 or 10 level of the suffering you have, how many of you think that it is there? Okay, more than 7. More than 7. How many of you? In general, we have so many people with so much of suffering. It is there. Now let's think about that and clear that negativity in our mind. How to do that? There is a beautiful technique to do that in NLP. NLP is called neuro linguistic programming. It's a concept very is going on for last around 30 years, and it's very powerful concept to overcome those bad memories. Let's start off with that part. So what you have to do is, first of all, as we rated it, like we are rating our bad memories and the suffering which is caused by remembering those bad memories. So it is there. Let's say that value is 7, 8, 9 or 10 as of now. Okay. uh, as of now, please don't write in this don't message it. It's very difficult for me to see the messages as well as maintain the flow of this session. So I am not expecting that people will be writing the chat section anymore. Let's focus on the practical part first. So what you have to do is, first of all, just ask yourself this question: is there any visual involved in your memory when you think about some event in your life which creates a very negative sensation in you, very negative feelings? So is there any visual involved? Yes or no? There's some visual involved, something you can see when you think about the past bad memory. Do not raise this soft hand, please. Do not raise the soft hand. Just raise the hand in front of the camera. It's very important. Otherwise, I get so much of disturbance in Zoom, right? So do you have some visual involved? Yes or no? It is there. Okay. So I will ask inquire some of the things about that maybe, and you can keep on replying. So can you see that visual? Can you see that image in your mind? Can you see that image in your mind in front of you? Can you see that? Yes. Can you see that? Okay. When you see that image in front of your mind's eye, this image, does it, is it very near or is it far? Is it very near or is it far? Is it near? Yes, it is near. Okay. So I'll simply ask you, can you move this image little bit far? Can you move this image which you have created, which is coming to your mind because of this thinking? Can you move this image little bit far? When I say little bit far, let's say I fit it 20 feet away from me. Can you do that? Yes or no? You're training your mind. You're training your mind to get rid of the negative thinking. And once you are changing it, changing this particular behavior, this behavior will change forever. That I will make sure. So let me understand that part very clearly. So you have a negative image in front of your eyes, and when I ask you to move that image away from you, are you able to do that? Yes. Are you able to do that? Yes, you are able to do perfectly fine. And when you do that, does the suffering also changes? The level of association with that also changes? Yes or no? It does to some extent. Okay, let small bits and pieces will change it. First thing. Secondly, when you see that image, do you see it colored or black and white? Is it colored? Is it colored or black and white? It is color. Okay, for most of the people it is colored image, right? So this is a colored image, and when you see that colored image, then if I ask you to change that thing, because it is inside your mind, and your mind can change it to black and white. If I ask you to change it to black and white, can you do that? Can you change that image from color to black and white? Yes or no? Please do that. Change that from color to black and white. From color to black and white. You are able to do that? Yes. Perfectly fine. If you are able to do that, that simply means now change that, see that level again. Do you feel any difference when it becomes black and white? Do you see any difference? No, it doesn't make any difference. It does make, yes or no? It makes any difference? Okay, it doesn't make. Okay. For some people, it makes a difference. For some people, it doesn't make. It's okay. Let's move further. Okay. One more thing. Can you change the intensity or brightness of the image? You have a knob. You have a knob. You have to just rotate that knob in the anti-clock direction, right? From 10, okay? In your mind's eye, from 10 to 0, you have to rotate that knob. You have to reduce the intensity or the brightness of that image. Can you do that? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Have you done that? Have you done that? Perfectly fine. And did it change anything? Did it change anything? You have some change? You can feel some difference? You can feel some difference? Okay, perfectly fine. Just keep on counting that difference. Your mind will slowly experience the difference. Now, this is because you are away from that image, your mind is having a different behavior altogether. So you are, that image is no more bugging you so much, but the kind of negative impact it was putting earlier, it's not putting that much negative. Some difference you have got, yes or no? It is there? Perfectly fine. So what we have done is we have changed the intensity, we have changed the color, we have put the image little bit away from us. Have you able to do that? Yes. Acha, one more thing, if I ask you, can you change the location as well? Because earlier you are seeing that image in front of you. Can you change that image? Take that image from here and put it little bit on your left side, or maybe on the right side, whatever. Change it. Change the location of that image. Does it give any impact? Just move that. Just move that image. That image is now changed. Can you do that? Does it make any difference? It does. Definitely, it will make some impact. Something will happen. The impact will reduce. So the visual, so many things we have changed. We have changed the brightness, we have changed the other things, and you are able to see some difference. And now you are training our mind. We are training our mind. This exercise has nothing to do with the real situation as of now, but it's a copy of that image which is there. We are changing it here, and with this change, we will get rid of that negativity. we will get rid of that negativity. And when that things happen again, the impact will keep on reducing day by day. Right? So that's one thing. Secondly, one more thing. Now, does it involve any audio part? The visual part is over. Does it involve, because somebody had said something negative to you, and because of that you were suffering? Is it involves any audio part as well? Does it involve any audio part? It is there. Okay. For most of the people, that audio part is also there. So there is an audio part also involved, and still you have suffering. Out of the scale of on the scale of 0 to 10, you have some suffering level. Let's say 7, 8, 9, or 10. Something is there. Yes, it is there. It is there. Still, it is there. So now let's move on to the next level. The next thing is the audio part. In audio part, what you do? The audio is there. You are able to listen to that sound that person had said at that particular time, something he or she had told, which is still like creating so much of pain here. Yes, it is there. It is there. Now I want you to put your attention on that sound and change the location of that sound as well. Change the location of that sound. If it was you were hearing from here, you change the location from here to here. Can you do that? Just give it a 180-degree shift. If it was here, you change it here. If it was here, you change it here. Do something. Do some 180-degree shift to that sound. Can you do that? Can you do that, please? Okay. Just do a shift. Just do a shift. And see, does it still have the same impact? Does it still have the same impact? No. There'll be some change. Some change. Okay. One part of the story is you have changed the location of that sound, which was always there. And you will always think, hey, why did he told that he or she told me like that? It's so bad. I felt so miserable out here. We come to that part. So you have changed the location of that from one part to another part. Now, the rest of the next part of the story. Can you change the volume part as well? Now, there is a remote control you have. Simply a mind. Your mind is a remote control. And in your mind's remote control, you just change the level of that volume. Okay? The volume level. Okay. Along with me, let's start. So the volume is 10. Just reduce it to 9. Reduce it to 9. The volume is coming down and it is becoming 8, coming down, becoming 7, coming even down, it becoming 6, coming even down, becoming 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Put it off. Okay. How is the impact? Does it change something inside? Any impact? Yes or no? It is there. Something is reduced. The pain is reduced. The suffering is reduced. Yes or no? Okay. Okay. Perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Still something may be left out. Let's say only 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%. Something is left out. One more exercise. So there is something which is still there. Okay. Now I want you to, the sound is still there. The sound part is still there. Yes or no? For most of the people, it is gone. But for some people, it is there. Let's say, if it is there, I'm doing this last exercise for audio part. And let's say this in this last exercise, I will ask you to change that sound to something of Mickey Mouse. Have you heard of Mickey Mouse? Or any kind of mockery or whatever, anything which is funny, just change that thing to funny. So Mickey Mouse or Donald Duck or some funny cartoon character. So just change that sound to some of the cartoon character. Just change that. That person is saying to you something, hey, you did so and so bad and so bad, and this was so bad. Something, whatever he or she said, but you are saying in the tone of Mickey Mouse. So how does it feel? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about that? So some positive impact, yes. So the negativity will go simply because, and it's nothing to do with that person at all. The person is gone. He or she is somewhere else. But that copy of that which is there in your mind is unnecessarily bugging you. So let's come out of this mess. This is only your stored copy, not his or her copy. That message has been deleted by him or her, but it's not gone from your mind till now. So what we have done is we have changed that thing now. And a lot of change, you can feel that. You can feel some change. Perfect. Now coming to the last part of it, which is the feeling part of it. Some person said something bad to you, some incidents that happened in the past which still have a very bad impact on you, and you feel some sensation out here or here or here or here. Something you feel very miserable, when you feel very bad when you think about some past incidents or some past event or whatever. You still have some feeling, yes or no? It is there. Some kind of anxiety, some kind of bad feelings out there. Somewhere you have some kind of feeling. Okay, let's move on to that. So coming to the feeling part. So in the feeling part, I will simply ask you to focus on the feeling. So when you think about that event or that incident or that person who keeps on bugging you, okay, where that where that negative sensation builds up inside you, where exactly in the body? Just locate that. You don't need to specify. Is it here? 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 So the feeling is there somewhere. Can you locate that? Just simply raise your hand. You're able to locate that? Somewhere it is there? Somewhere, wherever it is. You don't need to specify. So it is there. It is there, right? Now, with that thing, I simply request you to move on further. The first thing we'll be doing with the feeling part, can you give this feeling, if you have the choice of giving this feeling a particular shape or color, what kind of shape do you feel that it is? Is it some kind of ball type? Maybe for some people, let's say, maybe some ball type, maybe some kind of like disc type, maybe some kind of square type, or something else, right? Some kind of shape will be there, or some irregular shape. Can you shape it? Can you give some shape and size? Yes. Can you feel that? Please, please. So it's a part of the exercise that you assume some kind of shape is there. It is there, or it is there, some kind of shape, maybe a ball or an irregular shape or a cube or a rectangle or something. It is there. It is there. Yes, you can find it out. Can locate that. Okay. And it is also having, you can give it some color as well. Whatever feeling is coming from you, give it some color. Some color is there. Can you understand that? Maybe it's dark, it's gray, it is black, it is red, it is blue, or it is something. Some color is there. Can you imagine that? Yes, you can find it out. Just put that color over there. Just put that color over there. It is there. You are just assuming that. No change, no nothing. First of all, you find out that this particular thing has got some kind of color. It got some kind of shape. Okay, perfectly fine. Now, as a part of this exercise, can I ask you to change the color of that? First, I ask you to find out what color comes to you. Now I ask you to change the color from whatever was to something different. Can I ask you to change that color to maybe yellow or white? Can you do that? If it was dark earlier, you change it to light color. Can you do that? You can do that, right? Perfectly fine. And does it change something? Does it change the impact of that? Yes or no? Yes. You are able to see some change because as a part of the impact of that in you, some change is definitely there, right? Now, next part of the story, you are able to see some change by changing the color. Now, if I ask you to change the location of that, the position of that, location of that painful thing, that painful, if that painful thing was here, or the painful thing was here, or it was here, or it is here, I ask you to remove that from there and put it in your hand. Just with your imagination. With your imagination, you are taking off that thing from anywhere, wherever it was, and you're putting it in your hand. Can you do that, please? With your imagination, can you do that? Now you are holding on in your hand. You are holding that thing in your hand. Can you see that? Can you imagine that? It is there? Yes? Okay. And does it create any difference? Is it seems to so much painful, or any difference is there? Any difference? Any difference is perfectly fine. So there is a difference. Definitely there is a difference. With this exercise, we're able to at least have reduce some part of the pain. Still something is there, still something, but still we have so many options as well. Now, let me do the last thing now. The I will ask you, I will ask you that painful thing you are carrying it here. It is there in your hand. If I ask you to put that painful thing away from you, can you do that? Just it is there, and you just throw it as far as you can. Throw it as far as you can. Can you do that? Thrown. Still, you are able to feel something. It is there. Still, that feeling is there. Most of you, it must be gone. Maybe some little bit is there. Okay, some little bit is there. Okay. Now I ask you the one more exercise. Let's say you have a laser beam. All know laser beam. So there is a laser. I request you to imagine a simple laser, and that laser is in your finger. Let's say with this laser, I ask you to cut that particular part, that negative part, not that organ, but the negative part of it. If it is here, or wherever it is, I request you to cut that into 10 pieces vertically and 10 pieces horizontally with this laser. Okay, just do that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and now horizontal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 10 way this, 10 this way. You have broken that thing into so many pieces. Now simply blow it off. Like, just throw it away. It's gone. Yes or no? The impact of it is reduced. Yes. Okay, perfectly fine. So we did some experiment, and because of which the past bad memories about anything has reduced to a great extent. Now tell me the feelings. Guess how did you find it?